Aloha, I'm Gary, and I'm going to be talking about this chapter, which is on the logo inspiration. And I was actually looking at watching the video. It was interesting to learn some ideas that can help us to make our own logo. So what I'm going to do in this video is that I'm going to answer pretty much these two questions. What makes a logo effective or successful, and then by doing so I will be showing some interesting logo that I like online that can actually help us, or at least help myself to make at least to have some ideas to make my own. Okay, so to start off I am going to go there. These actually are the three principles that are really important to understand as we try to make a logo, not only a logo but an effective or successful logo. So it's important to, as we say in our previous video, to make it simple, and it has to be really easy to read, to be readable and natural, because sometimes people they like forcing things and sometimes they fail because they force too much, and we cannot see natural things in it. So it's always good to have natural things in everything that we try to invent or to make or to present. It's always good to have some natural aspect in everything we do, especially as we try uh, to make, or yeah, to make a logo for our website. Okay, here also I went on Google and I googled some example of a logo that I like. Okay, here are they. I chose actually some of them that are really interesting for me. For example, this one, human rights. You can actually see that blue is actually a good color, yeah, that represent mostly a peace, and it's actually the opposite of red, which is actually more aggressive. But this one is more um, gentle, and you can actually here see the human hand uh, that can represent the right that you have, and you have actually you think actually that you only have four fingers, but you have the fifth one over here. Well, see, this is something that actually I like, and then the one that I like was all the way down here, inequality records. When you see this, I mean, the first time I saw this picture was a inequality, and you have a design of a picture of equal sign, but it's actually not equal when you look at it properly, because the upper one is shorter than the the one on the bottom. So it's actually not different, but it's not equal either. It's unequal. It's something like that seems to be equal, but it's not actually. So um, something is maybe better than the other one. At least think that it's better than the other one, which is not always true. And then what was the other one? I actually saw another one that for me was a bit too much. I'm sorry, what was it? Well, I think this one is quite simple as well, and the background is not too full of useless design, if I can say that. The word Vegas is really obvious. Let me take this off, and then if I can find the one that I really want to talk about. Okay, if I can find another one that for me can be similar, I will be talking about it. I like this one. the plastic where well, you actually can see already that this is a well design, but it's not a real one, especially with the colors. I don't think you can see a world with a green and yellow whales in the ocean. And then hopefully I will be finding it. That was I'm actually looking at the one. I mean, the one that I thought was actually a bit too forced. I mean, that was a bit um, too much for um, for me though. Um, well, for example, this one, start to bigness. I'm not really sure what that is supposed to do. Well, as we said earlier, this has to be simple and readable. And when you when you see a logo that you don't even have any idea uh, by first looking at it, and you don't have any idea of what the logo is about, that is not a good that that's not always a good logo, and needs to be to work on it a bit more. So, well, what I'm trying to do to say is that when we see a logo, it has to be um, it really has to be simple, meaning that it doesn't have to have too much things on it, and it's actually not a good idea to have too much pictures or too much words. It's not a logo at all, but it has to, like, when you look at it, you have a uh, bright idea of what the logo is about, and it has to be readable. So that's pretty much what I want to talk about. Hopefully it was clear enough. Thank you, Mahalo.